Okay. So great job. First, I just want to ask you about Sammy's facial expression. What was he doing?
Sammy's facial expressions kind of changed a lot. I noticed he started off kind of not looking at me, like his lips kind of like perturbed. And he was like rubbing his facial hair a lot, just kind of like angry-ish. But then he kind of, kind of relaxed a little bit. I think felt a little bit more comfortable, but he kind of started shifting his eyes kind of all around the room, and like he even turned and like looked behind him, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah, like you just talked about his eyes. Did he ever look at you? Was there contact?
He did kind of stare me down for a good awkward 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But his eyes at first, like he would not look at me, like look to the left or the right of me, like significantly. And then he kept shifting them around the room, and then he like stared at me. And then his eyes shifted behind when he like turned his head to see if anybody was behind him.
So his body, he was moving a lot. Was he doing anything else?
Yeah, his body, he shifted his weight a lot. He started off like really relaxed and really comfortable, with his legs down, not really sitting up straight or anything. And then he kind of began to cross his legs and kind of shift around in his chair. And he took up a lot of space. I don't know if that helps, but he was like all reclined and big, and then kind of moved, and it was all really exaggerated.
How was his muscle tone?
He seemed really relaxed. Not tense, just, kind of nonchalant.
Did he have any special gestures besides the moving around?
The moving around, I think rubbing his face was kind of like a big gesture that he was doing when he just like rubbed his facial hair for, like 15 seconds.
And how was his breathing? Were there any specific
breathing was
patterns?
normal. He did one big sigh, like he was about to say something, but he didn't, and so that was like the only like change in his breathing.
And lastly, his skin tone. Did it ever change? Was it the same?
His skin tone didn't really change, except when he like stared right at me. His cheeks got a little pink, but that was kind of like, intense. So
yeah,
that made sense.
Well, good. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna rate you now. Okay. Well, for your body posture, it was very open and accessible. Your facial expression was congruent. I liked how you kind of tilted your head when he would move, kind of went with him. I thought that was really good. You were slightly inclined toward the client, which is good to show you're interested. You directly faced him the whole time. You looked at him the whole time appropriately. Like you said, he didn't look at you all the time, so you kind of took in his body and really knew when he was moving, which was good. You didn't have any distracting behavior, and your encouragement was minimal, which is what we wanted, which was good. I think you were very helpful. And in terms of observing you, I thought you did really well with everything.
Thank you.
And done.